Yeah.
Five, four, three. Energy, guys. Two. Showtime.
Greetings and good afternoon to you all out there on the Primal 4K app, Facebook, YouTube, Fit FM 96.7. Want to welcome you all to Primal Sports Center. I'm your host Dale, and alongside me,
I'm Kane the Schwab Kane the Schwab Watson. Oh, that was a slip up. I mean,
yes.
The show must go on. I'm awake. I'm ready, people.
You ready?
I'm sorry about that one. Yeah, I'm Kane the Schwab Watson, and today we have an interesting lineup there.
Yeah, we'll be speaking in about 5 minutes' time. We'll be speaking with the president of the Jamaica Boxing Board, Steve Bama Jones. So he'll join us in about 5 minutes. Also, later on down in the show, we'll have back Blaise Bicknell, Jamaica tennis star.
Yeah. Recently won the bronze medal at CAC games and made it to a Pro Tour final. Yes. So he'll break that down for us and his progress and what he's looking forward to later on in the year.
That's a big result for young Blaise.
Going there and delivering for Team Jamaica and delivering a medal. Yeah. But before we dive into that, something interesting happened earlier in the week.
Yes.
Well, yesterday, so to speak.
Yes, yesterday.
Well, it started on Thursday at the National Stadium. The National Junior and Senior Track and Field Championships kicked off on Thursday and it goes through to Sunday, tomorrow. But last night we saw some premier events and some people joining the
premier event.
The premier event, yeah. Well, the 400-meter hurdles that to me that was an exciting race also. But we all know that the 100 and 200 has that whole allure. But we saw some upsets. We saw some young rising stars. We saw some veterans, coming back to the forefront. But overall, it was a interesting night, and the whole Primal team was there representing. But we have to kick things off with, I guess, the premier time of the meet, which was 10.65 by Sherika Jackson, and she's in top form. Yeah.
As usual. We saw this last year, and now we see this year, and I think she's probably in better shape this time around.
Yeah. But even before we dive into Sherika Jackson's performance, we have to big up Stephen Francis.
Yes, I was getting to that.
Yeah, before we dive into
I want somebody to put some respect on the man name.
This man, I mean, who to put respect for him name? Because anybody who don't have this man,
I think we have some doubters, but I think that's through the window now, based on the performances from his athletes yesterday.
Yeah,
especially on the male side.
One in both the 100 meters and the 400-meter hurdles.
Yeah.
We saw Genevieve Russell winning her 5th national championship, running a season best in 53.75 seconds. So he knows how to get people fit and ready at the right time. So, I mean, all over, and some names that coming up out of the fray.
A lot of people, you can talk about the winner of the 100 on the male side.
I mean, there's so much to talk about, but we know we'll dive later on more into the show.
Yeah.
I mean, after sports commentary, because we have 2 exciting interviews to delve into later on. But later on in the show, we'll break down each performances through the rounds, who didn't make it. I mean, Johan Blake and Akeem Blake coming up didn't make it on the female side. Elaine Thompson out. But we see where Natasha Morrison, Shasha Lee Forbes. I mean, so it's an interesting mix of people stepping up.
Yeah.
People, looking like their career heading towards the twilight, while 10.65 speaks for itself. That's now the joint 5th fastest time all time by a female, 10.6. And she even wrote it down before, earlier in the month, saying, expect a fast time, 10.65. And she did it.
Of course, I think
and even the race, the execution showed the race, the power. I mean,
she actually started much better than you, much better than usual.
Powerful.
She didn't get up late. She got up with the pack, and you could see the transition mid range.
Yeah, and we see where her season started off with a boom and it kind of dipped. So But Stephen Francis, I mean, Budapest is coming up next month, and I'm sure he's going to have her even in better form than 10.65.
Exactly.
And to me, I'm looking forward to the 200 meter more for her to break Flo Jo's record.
Yeah,
I think that record, more so than the 100 meter record, can be broken because 10.49 versus 21.34, I think she's closer to the 200 meter record. But she's in the form of her life, and she has the best coach in her camp. So big things. We expect big things from her. Big things. But we saw where Elaine Thompson finished 5th. Later in the pack. And I mean, at the stadium.
Well, that's predicted.
Yeah. At the stadium, we were saying Elaine not going to make it.
Yeah.
Elaine not going to make it.
As predicted. I don't know if something is wrong.
Yeah. And even in her physical form, she don't look as.
Yeah, you made mention of her. She you don't see any muscles. You don't see.
You know, when you look on somebody,
she just don't look fit.
Look on somebody and say them just look greasy, and be like, them prime up.
Yeah.
And we know her in our prime where when she's flying, Elaine Thompson is one of the greatest sprinters of all time. But she's not in that physical form. Yeah. Even her legs don't look greasy, as I should say. So she's not in that form, in that 10.5, even 10.6 form. She ran 11.0 something.
It's sad to say, I think
that is it. That's it. That's it.
I think the writing is on the wall. I don't know if maybe she can
bounce back.
Pride and no, I think she maybe have to go back to Stephen.
That don't fare well for a lot of athletes, you know. When they go back, you know.
To Stephen.
Yeah, Natasha Morrison came back and she did well. So I mean, you can't really rule it out. But you see the likes where athletes leave and come back and still
maybe a little bad blood, you know. You know the human element to it and thing, you know. You leave and come back, you know. But
and then even with the personalities in the camp, it's kind of hard.
Clash, no?
It is going to clash. So if she can do it on her own or not on her own with the new camp she's in, it's yet to see. Because even so, on this show, we predicted that it's going to be hard
for her to make,
to leave the camp and replicate that form, even though. I mean, she's the person that does the training and went through the rigorous times, but
it's different. It's different when somebody when you're held accountable. You know, when there's somebody that you know you have to answer to. It's different than when you run in your own show.
Yeah.
You know, you can do what you want. You can train whenever you want. If you feel tired, they won't push it. But when you have somebody there who is the boss, per se, like a Stephen Francis, who's going to push you and ensure that you. Even when you feel like quit, that giving up, you push to the next limit. You know, you push on. And I think that when she switched camp, I thought it was a mistake. And well,
it's a big blunder.
Yes, I thought, because if you're going to switch camp, you should go. You should go on to. You should put yourself in a situation where you still have that figure over. You know, you can't be the leader. But anyway. Let us now welcome the president of the Jamaica Boxing Board, Steve Bama Jones. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Yes, Mr. Jones, we see where boxing is looking on the up because we know from the glory days, I mean, we have had a lot of boxing back in the days, big boxers, and now we see where boxing is back. So tell us more about this venture that you yourself is spearheading to what you expect, what it really is, and I mean, break it down for us.
Well, depending on where you're calling glory days, first of all, when you say boxing, what is back to glory days? The glory days in my time, in my opinion, is because I agree with you. We definitely had glory days. We've had world champions, and that was coming from the 80s and early 90s. And since then, we've had other boxers become world champions. But really and truly, when you speak about boxing in Jamaica at a high level, they go back to the days when, you know, the McCallums were coming up and Verbix and, you know, and the Shrimpy Clarks, and boxing was active and alive and well. So that's always been a goal, to get boxing in Jamaica to a platform where world championship level caliber boxers can reign supreme again, and that's what we're pushing for. So we've been, the last decade, we've gone through where the sport has become popular again because of obviously the contender program that ran for 8 years, and that helps with us in terms of getting boxing in the homes again, and it's a sport that's always been a favorite of individuals, and so that made it popular. But that level was only a level based on just being around Jamaica, being a top of a weight class in Jamaica, while we are now at a stage where any weight class, once you have the talent, can use our platform here now, this platform here now, to get to where McCallum got to get to where Berbick and Axman got to. And that's never been done before here or in the Caribbean. So it's exciting times. So we want to change the glory days from the 80s to where we are now in this millennium. And when people look back at the glory days, it's here to stay. But this is the chapter that's going to change everything.
So is it that you have this, as I've heard about the fight nights, night fights, fight nights. So you're moving from how would I put it, from town to town? Is something that's mobile, or is something that is stationary? You keep it in one specific area?
No, so one of the more major requests we have gotten over the years is that everybody loves the fight, but not everybody could come to it live. So we would have gotten requests and say, is it possible to bring shows? The people would love to see the boxers in person. There definitely everybody watches it when it's on TV, but there's nothing like being at the actual fight, the electricity that goes on in a fight night. So we heeded the request. We saw how it was possible. We spoke to the sponsors, Ren never being a huge supporter of everything boxing, Pepsi coming on board with some others. So they bought into the idea, not a matter of only because there are communities that they're very heavily invested in, but the fact that boxing also galvanizes these communities, and a lot of the boxers come from these communities, so it's a feel good right around. So we're rotating from community to community every 6 weeks, and if it works the way we know it will, it will be never ending.
Okay, that's every 6 weeks.
Every 6 weeks. Mm-hmm.
And this will last for an 8-month period.
So it is. So what you see, where we as a boxing board and the boxing fraternity have been working on. We've been waiting for Jamaica to be working with the WBA, to get to a stage where Jamaica becomes a hub for boxing. So the buy-in for this series is about 8 months. Every 6 weeks can be 8 shows a year. So the 8-month period that they think this is coming into, I know by the time we get to that 8 months, the entire country will understand how the paradigm has shifted, how boxing is viewed in Jamaica now. And we don't foresee it ending in 8 months. It ends when our boxers now become world champions. And that does, and then when they become world champions, it won't be just one coming, it will have others coming after it. So Jamaica being a hub will have Jamaica, our country as a sport destination, a boxing sport destination. So we envision it not ending, but the first 8 months will be kind of like litmus test to see how well it takes off.
So that would be the 8 months would be like the first phase until it transition into the next phase where you have professional boxers and competing for world titles, as you said.
Yeah, it takes about 3 years for a boxer to turn from amateur to a world title. If they have about 6 fights a year, it's when they get like 18 and or 16 and 2 to get a title shot. Like Axman did. So Axman, McCallum, Berbick, they got the same opportunity, but they did it overseas. We're saying the boxers here that we have the talent. The talent is obviously here. They won't have to go overseas to do it anymore. We'll bring the overseas fighters for them here until they get to a title shot.
Okay, so in terms of like if somebody would like to learn and get involved in boxing, like venues, where are the venues around in Jamaica that somebody can start the process? Okay, so from the grassroots level, you have several gyms that are doing well for themselves, and the more that the sport gets the activity that we, for instance, like the show that we're starting now, we expect to see more coming through. More boxers coming in, more interested participants, boys, girls, men, and women. The boxing board is responsible for 3 national gyms. We have Stanley Couch Gym, which is on Victoria Avenue downtown. We have recently partnered with GC Foster,
right, for them to build a hub for our Gloves Over Guns initiative for Spanish Town. And we have Montego Bay and Drive Park at the cricket club. So those three we have there, but there are other gyms around where different managers and coaches have their own program. Sugar Knockout Gym is a very, very popular one in Olympic Gardens. That's where we started the first show. And, we have the JDF that does one of our national coaches, Gilbert Biles, he operates out of JDF. JDF having a very strong program. So a lot of people will contact there. And I pick up for the best grassroots coach like Gilbert Biles, Felipe Sanchez, one of our national coaches. It's where they start.
Oh, okay. So this is where most of the boxers that compete come from, because I'm wondering, I don't really know much boxers. If I didn't go on tour with boxers, I'd be like, how you find boxers to get bouts and make it interesting? And, because apparently there are a lot of gyms around where you get these boxers from.
So ideally what happens, so you have the three levels. You have grassroots level, which is the very novice of boxers, and then you have the elite level where our gyms enter our national competition, for instance, and the nationals take place where the best of the gyms compete, and the winner of those will represent Jamaica internationally. Like those are the ones that try and get to the Olympics or the Pan Am Games, CAC Games. After they do that, then now they become pro. And when they become pro, those are the pool of boxers that we pull from to become in these series here that can get to that Mike McAdam level. So it's not that we just pick boxers out of a gym as they come in. They have to go through that process. Hello? Hello?
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Hello? I can hear you. I lost you for a bit.
Good.
Okay, all right, go. Continue.
Sorry about that, Mr. Jones. We had some
problem.
technical difficulties in studio.
No problem.
But hold on a second. I can't hear you, but you're hearing me.
I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Hold up a second. I'm trying to figure out in studio. I have some slight difficulties.
Understood.
Get the volume on that.
Yeah, I think it was going to take place right there, so we understand.
He's hearing me and I can't hear him.
Hold on. Can you hear?
I can hear you. You hear me?
You can hear me, but...
Hold on, Steve. We're trying to fix this. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
All right. Listen, we're going to just have to stop the show and start back over.
Okay, Steve. I can talk and move on. Okay. So let's hold on to this. The shots in the garden. Yeah, looks so.
I think his mic is muted from his
No,
side.
his mic is up. And this is just we just need 5 minutes to start like everything.
Okay. We'll start with some live interviews.
Yeah, just with the people having some.
So sorry for the technical difficulties.
But these things do happen. But we're speaking with the president of the Jamaica Boxing Board, Steve Bowman Jones. I was about to ask him when the bomber that saw his.
So like that was a boxer.
Yeah, must have been a boxer with that middle name.
I don't know why.
He's hearing us, so he'll explain that later on.
Yes.
We'll fix the
I can
difficulties.
tell you, back in the days, King, for real, boxing is exciting, especially in the corner,
Even I growing up, I'm more old school. I grew up with my grandparents. Used to talk about boxing, and every little fight used to come on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You remember the statement, lick him shrimpy?
It's better watching it live than on the TV.
It's better watching it than being in the ring. I've been in the boxing ring once, and trust me, I don't plan on returning in the ring.
I think the training for boxing is extremely difficult.
It's rigorous.
At the highest level, the fitness, the discipline that's required.
My hat goes out to every boxer. Trust me.
So, sometimes these guys skip for an hour.
So I don't know if it's
after running 2 miles.
I think it's borderline insanity because to go in that boxing ring, it's tough. Trust me, you should try it. You probably won't go back in the ring.
You have a slightly they are good boxers.
Yeah.
Too much people trying to call me at once. I'm trying to fix these things.
I think we'll go back up shortly.
All right. Are you on now?
Hello?
Hello? You hearing me?
I don't understand why I'm like, oh, join the audio.
Remember that saying there, lick him shrimp. Almost there.
Turn off your mic here at songs.
Somewhat gladiators in a sense, because to go there and to dish out punishment and to get punishment is rough. And it's a skill. Some people think you just go out there and brawl. No, boxing is a skill.
That's
evasive action, conserve energy. I mean, to land blows efficiently. Steve, you can hear us?
Still can.
I can hear you. You can hear me?
Sorry about that. We're back.
No problem.
The middle name.
Sorry for we were rambling there for a minute, but we're back. Sorry, people, but the show must go on. I mean, the show can't stop. Sorry about that. Apologies from our technical crew, but yeah, you were saying, Dale?
Yes, the bomber.
That wasn't from boxing. That was not from boxing.
Okay.
It's just stuck with me from prep school. I used to play football. I was much prep and scored a lucky goal, and about 3 people shot up Bama one time. I was actually clearing the ball from defense and it scored. Right? And so, one of those.
If a boxer had a name like that, that would be intimidating, guys. I mean, imagine facing a boxer with a nickname, Obama, but boxers usually have some interesting nicknames.
But you were a boxer, though? No?
Not at all.
I agree with you.
So how you got involved in the whole boxing thing?
The past president, William Tobias Pinson, as you hadn't mentioned, the glory days, right?
Yeah.
When he came in, he had he had the position to get the sport back from zero and get it moving again. It was not a position that we envied at the time because it was actually dormant, and so he had that very, very difficult task, and he was doing it for a couple of years without much support. As you know, the sporting landscape here, we have to do all that first, build it first before the support comes on. So he had that very, very difficult task. And I was always a fan of boxing, so he had asked me to come on board as the association member, become vice president, and help to promote it around the different areas that we need to get out to. So I came on and helped him. We carried some of the shows. We went to Montego Bay at Pier 1. We went to a couple of shows at Barbican Beach, and then after that, Contender Forum. So once that started, this is when we started picking up. But so I took the baton from him, but he did the heavy lifting to get it started.
Okay, so you have a well organized team with you right now to push.
We do. We have two young sport lawyers that are part of the association. My vice president, Xavier Leverage, David Clark is assistant general secretary, and then we have Leroy Brown as a general secretary that has been there from, his wealth of experience has been there, not just for Jamaica, but throughout the Caribbean and internationally respected. So the team is good on the board level, but more importantly, the boxing fraternity and themselves, the coaches, the managers, the boxers have been there waiting for us to get to a platform, because we have been inactive basically for 3 years, since the pandemic, and then we've been live for a year, able to do shows. So we kind of had 2 shows, but they have been patient. They have been a part of our community initiative, the Gloves Over Guns initiative, and they're the reasons why we're able to do anything that we're doing. The fraternity in themselves are strong in fraternity, and we are just facilitating what they need.
Okay, so what about female boxing? How is it going here in Jamaica? So,
just like it's just female boxing actually on the amateur level is the fastest growing sport, especially in the Olympics. I think it was 2016, the Olympics had the first set of female boxing and female boxers, and that was the fastest growing sport of an area in all disciplines. It's growing in Jamaica, but it's from, like I said, the grassroots level. So we have like 2 seasoned boxers that can actually represent us internationally. The Caribbean Championships, the tournament was a female. Out of all the Caribbean countries, male and female, one of our boxers was the boxer of the tournament, and that happened twice. So we have good boxers, but they don't have a lot to compete with that because it's getting popular, but they're still on the grassroots level. JDF has quite a few, but it's growing.
Okay. So any rising star on both sides, whether female or any risings, give us a couple names so we can look out for them.
All right, so on the amateur side, those that we're looking for to see whether or not they get to the Olympics, we have Sanjay Williams, we have Daniel Hilton, we have Jerome Ennis, we have Sharika Moore as female, Jasmine Graham as female. And so those are very, very good boxers that, given the opportunity, they will do well. They have been doing well when they go away. It's just that the Olympic level is the highest level. We're competing, but that's a road that they're on. But it's not easy. The pro level now, we have Reza Richards here, who just fought. He's now 3-0. I believe he will be a face and a personality in the heavyweight division that will lead a group of others. Yeah, man.
Which weight class? Heavyweight?
So he's heavyweight.
I know he's always out in half a tree shadow boxing. I know him for years now. And because he knows I'm an athlete as well. I must say, walk on. I must say, yo, no man, it soon kick off on the boxing. And trust me, him into it. I always see him light on him feet, and I'm always in the street, so it's one of the names that I'm looking out for. Blaise Richards, as I said.
That makes me feel good that you said that, because
I'm telling you, years back, I always see him and I always look out and I say, oh, look good one I'm gonna see him. I say, I'm never there for a while, and Jerome Ennis, name he mentioned. I think he went to the Commonwealth Games as well.
Yes.
I saw him box. About the quarterfinals, I was there at the Commonwealth Games, and he lost that fight that he should have won. He was upset with himself, but he did well and he represented well. So those are 2 names that I know and I'm looking out for, as you say, over a period of time.
Yeah, man, those are 2 that will use this platform. So exactly what you said about Jerome, you'll find that we have better professionals than amateurs. So Jerome, who you could have said he lost to the person that you saw in the Commonwealth Games. Yeah. On the pro level now, what you see happening, amateur score differently than pro. So we have had boxers go over, and if you look at the fights and look at the boxers worse for wear, our boxers beat up their boxers, but we lose on points.
Yeah.
You know, because the amateur is different, but in pro level now, we're going, you know, we'll see that they dominate on the pro level, you know. So this is where this platform is giving the amateurs more opportunity to fight so that they can learn the different styles. But at pro level, they will use this platform to get to where you'll be seeing Breezy on big time TV.
Breezy is a character. One thing he's a character, and trust me, he relate to the people, and he's a good guy. I'll tell you, I know him, and him always shuffling and
I think he's one that will shepherd it.
Yeah. So definitely look out for Breezy Richard.
Okay, so tell us before we go, tell us when is the next main event here in Jamaica? When and where?
The fights will be every 6 weeks. The next one will be at the Arnett Garden Football Club at August 12th. Yeah, so
August 12th.
Yeah, and so we'll definitely lock on the cards. That will be this week. By this week, we'll lock on the cards. We know Breezy will be on it again, but we'll more than likely have like 4 pro fights because this is a platform that is non-exclusive for promoters. And promoters, international promoters, will want to use our platform to give their boxers the stage that we offer. So we have Chris Joy from My Fight that will be putting 2 boxes on, and I think Tyler Buxton from United Promotions, the one in Canada with Big 12 and everybody, he will be looking to put 2 fights on as well. So it will be, so that's happening every 6 weeks after that. I think after that, now we go to actually Breezy Castle on September 30th.
Okay.
You know,
so even we'll promote this for you for sure on our program, but also where can we go to see it, whether it will be promoted on TVJ, CVM, or on you have an Instagram page, because everybody looking on social media. So where can we go to look forward to these events? Because they said August 12th, then September 30th. So people want to keep in touch to know, so, all right, it have to be in your eyes because you want people to see it, whether to come or to view it. So show us where we can go, Instagram page or,
But they have the Jamaica Boxing Instagram page, which is just about to start getting active. If you look, so now that we've started, but I mean, we're fortunate to have partners like Ray and that put everything up on their Instagram and social media platform. TBJ is our official media sponsor, so they will be advertising everything heavily on TBJ and on the radio and in the newspapers as well. And Pepsi will use their platform, and we have a couple other sponsors that will, we have SMG, Road Surfing, as well as Locker Room Sports. But it will be to all the media houses do cover it, but TBJ is the official sponsor for the fight night.
So August 12th at the Arnett Gardens Sporting Complex. Football club.
Yeah.
All right. We look forward to it.
And the 13th.
I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
I appreciate it.
And all the best in with your project and getting boxing bigger and better. All right. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you much.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
All right. That's the president of the Jamaica Boxing
Board. Stephen Bomber Jones. So we move from boxing now to something a bit less fierce.
That's rough, eh?
Well, tennis rough because I see them dueling this morning in Wimbledon, and trust me, I don't know which. I think I don't know. I don't think I'll try tennis.
All right.
I prefer try tennis over the boxing though, but trust me, tennis rigorous. I'm out there and I'm battling. But our top tennis player now is online.
Yeah, Blaise Bicknell. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we see you doing great things down there.
Yeah, man. If we jump right into it, congrats on your CAC bronze medal.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Yeah, I know you probably wanted to go, too higher, but you did the country proud and you collected a bronze medal. Tell us how your experience at the CAC games. How was it?
Yeah, it was incredible. It's the first time that I've been in that atmosphere with just so much athletes, and we all lived in one place, and the whole Jamaica team stayed in a building.
Yeah,
and just the whole vibe and everything was great, and playing for your country obviously is incredible. And I think I exceeded expectations, so that felt very good.
So tell us on the court experience. Off the court, as I said, was good with the whole camaraderie and being in the camp. But on the court, tell us about your matches, leading up to semi-finals, the bronze medal match, all of that.
Well, it was just a lot of tennis. I beat Cubas, best player, then Puerto Rico's best player. Then I played Costa Rica in the quarterfinals, and I was down. I don't know who people understand tennis, but I was down 6 match points. So it was a 10-point tiebreak, and I was down 9-4. So
yeah, in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, so I might have got a bit lucky, but I found a way to win that and get to the semis.
I define luck as skill meeting opportunities. So to come back from that, I mean, it's you have the skill and you got the opportunity and rose to the occasion. Yeah,
for sure. So that felt good, but yeah, just happy to, and then made it to the semis, and then I was pretty exhausted. But the guy played well, and I went down. And then and then later that day, I played the bronze match, 3rd and 4th, and I played Mexico's #1 player actually, and I beat him in a 3rd set tiebreak. I was very bold, and I played brave, and it paid off. So.
You say you play back. You play more than 1 matches per day.
Yeah, it was like that. Whoa. I played 2 times that happened. And then, so like in the quarterfinals, when I played quarterfinals and 2 doubles. So.
Wow, that's a lot of tennis, as you said.
I thought normally you'd play 1 today and maybe break, get a rest there and then come back like they do in the majors. But I guess, that's brutal.
Yeah, so it was grueling for sure.
Rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And you said you won the bronze medal match in another tiebreak.
Yeah, 10-8, that one.
10-8. Wow. So you played a lot of long matches then, from the quarterfinals to the semifinals to the bronze medal match, and then doubles, as you said.
Yeah, doubles. It was a lot, but I was happy that I got the medal for Jamaica, and yeah, can't complain.
Yes. All right, tell us about this Pro Tour. We see you made it to the finals in a ATP Pro Tour event. Tell us a little about that one.
That was a couple of weeks ago in San Diego. Yeah, I just been playing very well recently with a lot of confidence. So my rankings have been going up, and yeah, everything's good. So
is this your first time reaching a Pro Tour finals?
Well, I've made it once before, so 2nd time, and then I go to Montreal tomorrow. And then for 2 tournaments in Canada, and then I'm gonna have a little break.
Okay. So what's your current? Go ahead.
We have Davis Cup in September in Lebanon. So that's the whole team is kind of getting ready for that. Yeah. And yeah, we're just looking forward to that.
Well, all the best, and congrats on your achievement so far. Yeah. Congrats on your achievement so far, and we'll look at better things later to come. We know we're trying to qualify to step up to the next level in the Davis Cup as well.
Yeah, we keep track of the 2 tournaments in Canada, as you said. And you said everything gearing up towards the Davis Cup tie versus Lebanon. That will get us into
for sure.
Group 1, is it?
Yeah, Group 1.
Group 1. So if we beat Lebanon, we'll be in Group 1.
Yeah.
All right. All the best with all the ventures. And
thanks very much.
Keep that rankings going up. All right.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, man. Respect, Blaise.
All right, that's Blaise Bicknell. Tennis rising star.
Yeah, I mean, CAC brands.
Yeah, man. So you know what time it is now, guys. It's the midway point, and it's time for sports commentary with Peter Muyong.
Yeah, he's a bit, uneasy and unsettled in studio with
we know all kind of
technical difficulties earlier on, but as I said, we'll find a way to get the show up and running again.
Table tennis players, is a part of the thing,
so funny enough,
we can multitask.
We can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Something happened to me earlier on in the week as well. I had some car issues, and a friend that was passing by stopped and spoke with me, and we were talking about life and in general. He knows I play table tennis, and the question he asked me, how technical is table tennis? But we say that for after sports commentary, because I found it interesting that people don't know how technical table tennis is, and as you can see, we being that technical, we have to sort out technical difficulties quick in the show, thanks to one of our executive producers. I mean,
you have to think fast on your feet. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Sports Commentary. I'm very much not prepared at the moment. In fact, I didn't even get the dress code. Dale was prepared, well dressed. And so I apologize for my shabby appearance today. Speaking of appearance, have you guys noticed that there's a statue of Usain Bolt being built in Miramar, Miami, soon to be unveiled? It's unveiled yet?
It's unveiled.
But the statue, which there's a poll going on whether this statue looks like Bolt or doesn't look like Bolt and all this kind of thing. But not many people know that the sculpture of the statue is the father of the man in the middle right here.
Exactly.
So we won't, we were going to run the poll as to whether this statue look like Bolt or not. But, you know, in deference to my good brethren here, the statue does look like Bolt. Yeah. It looks like a slightly older Bolt. It doesn't look as we know Bolt is dark, and it's a lighter colored Bolt. And it looks a bit like a poorer Bolt. As if this is after the statue after Bolt got robbed by that's what it looked like to me. But anybody remember a song by Capleton? Where Capleton went on tour and come back and find everything in Jamaica gone for sure, gone bad and all this kind of thing. Well, Father Richard Holland returned from the Philippines, and he was saying that everything gone wrong in Jamaica. But the things Father Richard Holland listed was that he noticed that Jamaica have a lot of lesbian and gay agenda, and Jamaican have these kind of things were going on in Jamaica. And I'm saying, I don't think that's what gone wrong in Jamaica. Father Richard Holland named about 5 things gone wrong in Jamaica: permissiveness and the books that people writing and all. I think he's watching a little bit too much Fox News. That's not what's wrong in Jamaica. I think it's simple crime, violence and corruption. That's gone wrong in Jamaica. Father Richard Holland, I think you missed out on the list of things that are going wrong in Jamaica. One good thing, Jamaica named a domino champion the other day. The guy wasn't even entered in the tournament initially, and he just entered. But what might interest Kane Watson is that it's $1 million for one night of domino. And the runner-up got $500,000. What we get for table tennis, Kane? 100,000? How much did you get when you won the national championship? Kane is a national table tennis champion. How much you got?
I think I remember.
Okay, we still counting. Still counting.
It wasn't 6 figures though.
But domino, man, that's we missed the calling. Anybody been watching the World TT rankings? World TT rankings now have Mr. Wang Chu Chin has passed Fan Zhendong as the world best player. But for me, it doesn't pass the smell test. I think that I can see who's the best player in the world. We were arguing about that earlier on. And I know it's not Wang Chu Chin. And therefore, I think that something needs to be done about the world rankings where, you know, somebody else gets the world rankings based on this high work rate that is required to maintain our world rankings. I think it's too much. Actually, I think there's too much table tennis. Sometimes I can't keep track of what tournament is going on. Well, the tournament that's going on now is there's a WTT taking place in Ljubljana, which is formerly part of Yugoslavia. I think it's part of Slovakia now. And in the tournament so far, Ma Long has already lost to Zhao Jihou, which is well-known Chinese, what they call a practice horse. But he has managed to beat the goat. The horse beat the goat. Anyway, so tournament is now up to the semi-final stage. Fan beat Quadri Aruna. Hugo beat Togami from Japan. Zhao Jiao beat LeBron. And Wang Chu Chin, as usual, beat Trilov. So it's 3 Chinese and 1 Brazilian in the semifinals. We'll watch that tonight and report on it next week. Reggae Boys reached quarterfinals. Kind of scrappy. Scored 5-1, was it?
5 love. Clean sheet, 5 love.
5 love. Yeah. Last match was 5 love. Well, yeah. Well done, Reggae Boys. Giving it to you grudgingly. The coach, Mr. Grimson, was asked, why is Mikel Antonio not scoring? And he said he was unconcerned about the drought. I can't be unconcerned. I am concerned. I think that Antonio, while being our best player, to my eyes, Antonio is doing way too much work defensively, and he's not able to find offensive positions. I think many times when the play breaks up, Antonio is way back, and the midfield is kind of lazy, still lazy to me. And many times, this fellow, what's his name again? Aston Villa.
Liam Bailey.
Leon is taking the ball too much to the center towards Marco Antonio. Leon Bailey is not playing. Mikel Antonio. I keep saying Mark. Leon is to me is cutting too much to the middle, and I think that Jamaica for Antonio to do well, he needs a wide winger, British style, right? I just don't find he's effective with this middle penetration type of game that Leon is playing. And Leon is often passing to Mark, to Antonio when his back is to the goal. Because it looks like a formation problem. And I think even though Hallgrimson is unconcerned, I think he should be concerned. Because even though we did score some goals against St. Kitts, which you and I know that if we were on the team, we would score against St. Kitts. Scoring 5 against St. Kitts is not that big a deal for me.
Whisper getting 8 minutes, that's the deal for me.
And again, Whisper. Why Whisper can't get more than a few minutes? It's ridiculous. They take Bobby Reed out of the game. I thought they would have played Whisper. I thought Whisper would have gotten a chance to prove his mettle. But no, he didn't get a chance. And you know that Whisper is a man who will put in 5 goals, we have seen him do it already. He's that kind of a machine. National trials. Yes, I was at the national trials. For me, the big thing was that going into national trials, we heard that a few minutes before I entered the stadium, shockwaves were sent when Shakari set the world best time.
10-7.
And I guess the news got to Sharika because she heard about the shockwave and had a clap back right away. Yeah. She had a clap back right away, and that was good, a good way to answer. I feel very good about Jamaican sprinting. We probably got 4 guys sub 10 in the meet. 3 or 4 guys, I think, went sub 10. And it's not the guys you expect. So it tells you that I was bawling about the cupboard bare, I admit it. The cupboard is not as bare as we thought.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy to see these guys push a little forward. But I must reflect, though, on Ilian and what Ilian has gone through, because Ilian plays 5th, which is not the footnote that we like to end her career on. And so I thought it was a time for us to reflect. I'm in a reflective mood. I'm a religious guy. I like to think a lot about, the church and getting closer to Jesus and closer to Christ. And I wanted to tell you that Elaine reminds me of the story of the prodigal daughter. Elaine, I say to you all, and I say it now, that Elaine was doing well. She was doing well, and she was close to Frano, who is like the head of the athletics in Jamaica. And Elaine took it on herself to say that I feel I've done enough. There's nothing more you can teach me, she said. And Elaine then took it upon herself to leave the camp. And the coach was not pleased. The coach was not pleased. And he said to Elaine, "Go thy way, sin no more. Go thy way and sin no more." And Elaine took it on herself. And she tried to prosper. She went out with her husband, he of strong understanding, and he coached it onto her. And she tried to run, and slower she went, until she had injuries. And I called upon Elaine to repent and find your way back to the coach. And Elaine went to the national trials, and I say unto you that there's a time and a place for everything. There's a space for everything. And Elaine, I'm calling out to you tonight, and I'm saying reach out, touch your television as a point of contact, Elaine, and find your way back to Frano, because we will kill the fatted calf. We will have a feast. There'll be songs and dancing. And Elaine, if you're not happy with that, in the words of Marion Hall, you can kiss out my Bible, Elaine. I want you to come back. That's sports commentary. What say you guys?
Oh, boy. I mean, does that show that that Peter is a religious man?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
A man of the cloth. I thought he was only a jiu-jitsu specialist, but he's also a man of the cloth. I tell you. I know he's dancehall too, big up Marion Hall as well.
Our people, WhatsApp line is now open. 876-552-7406. Yes, 876-552-7406.
It's via WhatsApp only. And I want to big up all the listeners out there on the Primal 4K app, YouTube, Facebook. I mean,
Fit FM
96.7 down there in the West. I mean, yeah, interesting sports commentary there, but yeah.
Good take.
Yeah, kiss out my Bible. That one will resonate for years and years. I tell you. But yeah, back to some track and field. Yeah, as we touched earlier on. First, before we have to touch on. Firstly, I want to touch on the 400-meter hurdles for men.
Jahil Hyde and
Rashawn Clark and Jahil Hyde running sub 48, 47, 85, which is the under 20 world record, equaling the under 20 world record set. I think it was in 2021 by an American athlete. But running 47.85 as a 19-year-old, he just turned 19 July the 1st. So he's a young 19-year-old running 47.85, and that's close to our national record. I mean, few people have run.
Right?
Yeah, Winthrop Graham. Yeah. So running 47.85, just turning pro, running big man time.
Yeah.
Big man race. 47.85.
That was a good race. That was a good race. Yeah. That was a good race.
And he seems to have more in the tank.
Of course, he's still accelerating.
That last technique over the hurdle, it wasn't even over the hurdle. He ran straight through the hurdle and just power through to the line. He's tall, he's strong, and good hurdling. He also ran sub 45 early in the year, so he has strength, he has power, and to me, the sky is the limit for this guy. He's 19. I mean, still learning the event, so to say, in a way, but he's one for the future. 47.85 under 20 world record. We have to big him up.
Rashad Clark.
Rashawn Clark. And and we saw Jahid Hyde coming second, running up season best, and Wilson.
What time did Jahid run?
48.45.
Okay.
And 45.50. So the top three ran the world qualifying time. So, because you have to, even though you're finishing the top place, you have to run the qualifying time to go to the meet.
Qualify for the world championship.
Qualify for the world championships. But we're blessed in the sprinting, so we always qualify for that time. But 400 meter hurdles, I seen Wilson running 48.50, running the event only for a year now. Yeah. It was 800 meter man coming down now to 400 meter hurdles. So we have some good runners, young. I've seen Wilson is young. Rashawn Clark is young. The veteran Jahid Hyde is there, but 47.85 has to be noted as a big time. And he's still a junior.
Of course. And
so we are looking for him to break that record now, going faster in the season.
How many Jamaicans run on the sub 48? Maybe
just two.
Just two.
Yeah, but I think Danny McFarlane ran 48 flat, Jahid Hyde ran 48.03. So the list of top hurdlers is just Winthrop Graham and now Rashawn Clark at age 19. So, I mean, hey, look out for this guy. Hopefully he stays healthy. And I mean, from strength to strength, he'll have the record.
Yeah, the 4 hurdles is a tough event, though. I mean, in terms to medal this year, but at a time like that, if he can improve a little bit more, I think he'll be in the top 3 come.
Finalist, he can make a final. Once you make the final, anything can happen,
Anything can happen. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Any other thing outside of the 100? Any triple jump, long jump?
I mean, we're looking for medal.
I think what's her name? Williams.
For which event?
A triple jump or his long jump.
I don't think that event is completed as yet.
Yeah.
But we went to the stadium yesterday and we saw those performances. And again, we touched on the 400 meter hurdles for men, of touching the 400 meter hurdles for women. We see where Genevieve Russell winning her 5th national championship, running 53.75, a personal best, blanket finish. I mean, with 5 meters to go, Rachel Clayton was in the lead and she finished 3rd. Andrew Knight went out like a bullet, tried to hold off the pack, and even so they passed her, but she finished strong, coming in 2nd at 53.78. And the winner, as I said, Genevieve Russell, running 53.75. So a close blanket finish. I mean, Genevieve Russell timed her finish to perfection, where she clips the 2 athletes in front of her. And again, congrats to her. Another athlete out of where? MVP. Frano. MVP. As I said, touch the screen. You want to go back? As Peter say, hey. But 53.75, running back into form. I mean, 4th was Shine Salmon, also a tough competitor, as I said. I mean, she finished 4th and won't be able to compete at the championships. But, I mean, we have 4 quality athletes, and we have to make mention of her as well, Shine Salmon. So the top 3 was Genevieve Russell, Andrew Knight, and Rachel Clayton. So that, to me, was a close race. But back now to the premier event, as we like to say it, as the 100 meters. Before we go back to the female, let's touch on them, mate.
Rowan Watson.
Yeah, I mean, I tell him in the stadium, don't, Peter laugh in the background, don't bet against Watson. You can't bet against Watson. If you bet against Watson.
Yeah.
Want to see what? And I'm going with Antonio Watson for the 400 meter, man. I mean, hey.
Antonio Watson.
Yeah, but back to, I won't stray. Back to the 100 meter for men.
Yesterday. Rowan Watson running what?
9.91.
9.91.
Rainford coming second, 9.96.
I think everybody was a bit stunned yesterday.
I wasn't stunned.
Well, we saw I know the greatness of Mr. Francis and MVP. So yes, but I thought everybody was a bit surprised. Akeem Blake not making the team, finished fourth. You know, he has been one of our top 100 meter runner over the past 2 years. Both him and Civil finished second. Yeah. Second in the race. Everybody thought it was a sure 1-2 for.
No, Abig Civil finished third.
Yeah,
Rainford, formerly of JC, finished second, 9.96. Abig Civil finished third in 10 seconds flat.
Yeah. So the two favorites pretty much almost didn't make the team. Only one squeeze through, which is Civil. But I'm looking for bigger and better things from this guy, Watson. His acceleration in the last part of the race was outstanding, and it is one to watch. Got up late out of the blocks. So
didn't have a good start.
Maybe got up last. Yeah. You know, it was about maybe a meter behind, and with about 20 meters to go, it reminded me of Donovan Bailey, the 1996 Atlanta Games.
This isn't his first time under 10 seconds. He ran 9.98 in the qualifying to come through. Not in the semifinal, the qualifying rounds to come through. And we saw where his teammate Kishane Thompson ran 9.91 out of MVP.
Yeah.
That is the fastest time of the meet.
That's the fastest time of the champion.
9.91, but he didn't run in the semifinals.
Didn't show up for the race.
So Steve Francis has two athletes running 9.9 low. Two names that we're not familiar with.
Nobody know. I sure people.
Kishane Thompson.
First you hear that name, right?
First time.
No, not a Watson though. You know, one is a Watson here.
Let me ask you something.
But finish strong.
Before Asafa turned pro, anybody knew of Asafa Pro? The name?
Not really. Didn't know that chance.
So what you say, Mr. Francis, there's something about this man, you know, in terms of vision, in see things that we don't see, the ordinary Jamaican don't see, because every time is no-name athlete. Elaine Thompson was a no-name athlete as well, coming out of champs. She was never
when we say no-name, we're not saying it to we're not saying to put down athletes, but we're not saying the athletes that finish at the top of the pole at champs.
Exactly.
You know, so because
it's not somebody where everybody would want to grab at. You know? The MVP can seem to look at the athletes nobody's looking at. You know, I don't know what him say. But there's
he has an eye for talent, and he grooms them, and
there's something to it.
So I mean, Kishane Thompson, I feel if he had run the semis or even the finals,
so Civil would have met the team.
Would have been in the mix. Would have been a different race, different lane draw, all of those semantics. But even so, he has two.
So you think Civil? Wait, hold on. You think Civil is fit? Because rumors had it that he wasn't really fit, you know.
I mean,
you think he's fit? Fit to you?
Well, not as fit as we have seen in the past, but I mean, not much power and acceleration to the end, or pulling away from it at least, because we know he's a 9.8 runner, but he's in the top 3. He has about 6 weeks to go, 5 weeks to go to the championships. Glenn Mills, also a top coach, can, I mean, fine tune a bit of some things to get him back to that 9.8 form, but 9.91, 9.96, 10 flat. I mean, I expected even Jelani Walker and Kajan Gosen to even be more in the mix, but also sub 10 runners as well. Yeah. So
I think Jelani,
as Peter said, he thought the cupboard was dry, but I mean, Frana finding it again.
And they're all,
because I'm sure Ron was since 21 years old.
They're all pretty young.
Pretty young. So Akeem Blake, I think, is 20.
Yes.
I mean, Obik Civil is, I think, around 2021 as well. Thereabouts. So they're all young, coming up and budding stars. But Rowan Watson, Rainford, 1-2. Nobody would have put their pot on the stove to say that would be the 1-2 finish. But that goes to, I mean, the talent that we have, the deep pool. And even earlier, as I said, Kajan Gosen going sub 10.
Yeah.
Ryan Ford sub 10. Rowan Watson sub 10. Kishane Thompson sub 10. How many sub 10 athletes that
So
we
you
have
think
produced?
we have a chance of winning the gold medal for the relay?
No.
Well, you look at the US trials that the US trial had some upset as well.
Yeah, so, yeah.
What's the guy named Charleston?
Yeah. We are running 995,
Yes.
beating Coleman and Noah Lyles.
So why Jamaica can't win the gold? It's gonna be between the US and the Jamaican team. But yeah, we have 4 to 5 athletes under pretty much under 10 seconds. No, I said Noah Lyles is an X factor.
Noah Lyles is
running the second leg.
Noah Lyles is going to run that curve, and it have to, I guess, Coleman or I don't know who it is, but
maybe Coleman should start with that bullet start that he has.
it's going to be tough. We're going to be in the mix.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be in the mix. I mean, and again,
I think we can
baton change is not one of our strong suits.
I
Still,
think
you
we
know.
can do it. I think we
Of
can
course,
do
we can do it, but
I think we can do it.
I won't bet on us to win. I think we can win the
It's
female.
gonna go down to the baton exchange, you know?
There you go. And I think the Americans are better at the back exchange
Yeah?
than we.
You think so?
No, they
Americans
don't
are
practice
known to
together.
mess up. They're known to mess up.
They are
under pressure, I
superstars
should
who
say.
don't
Well,
practice
when you look
together.
on who won the most gold medals in 4x1 relay, then what are you talking about mess up?
Yeah, they've been messing
But
up
everybody
over the
mess
past
up.
20 years.
We mess up as well too. You don't remember?
Of course.
Who mess up more?
But I think, well,
Of
over
late
the past
America.
16
No, I wouldn't
years,
say
Of late America.
You're moving the bar now. You're moving the bar. USA dominate relays.
Yeah, maybe
There have been
Especially-
some famous mess ups in the last 4 or 5 years. I can remember.
more than 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Famous mess ups.
over the-
We're talking out
over
of.
both career.
We're
16
talking
years.
start without button. We're talking trade outside the zone. We're talking USA has made some fantastic mistakes.
But I think it's gonna go down to the wire with this team or Jamaica and between Jamaica and the USA.
We're talking men's or women's as well.
Men's, we're sticking with the men's.
Both men's and women's. It's going to go down to the wire.
Yes. But, let's touch a little bit on you on your commentary already, Peter. You take away everything.
What did I? What I said?
Shaq
I made
with-
my prediction about Elaine long time ago.
Remember, we all said it on the show.
Actually, let me give you the real sequence. Kane was the first one to predict Elaine's demise, and but I look for redemption. You know, I look for the spirit.
Touch your screen.
I look for salvation.
Yes.
I look for inspiration.
Yes. So what do you think about Sherry? So what do you think about Sherika? You think she can get this record?
I thought she looked amazing.
Yeah.
And I never thought she would ever do it in 100 meters, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And
Because she didn't think she'd go 10-6.
it's a testimony, I'd say, using that in religious terms, to her spirit, that she thought she could do it in 100.
She wrote it
She's
down
gonna-
before.
And I think
She
I
might
think I
lose
heard
by
her
next
say
time
last
final
night in
of the
interview.
world. She might
I think
lose
I
by
heard
next.
her say that even though she's world champion, she might run the 200 today. Didn't I hear her
Yeah,
say
she
that?
said she might run it 100.
So it tells us about the character of the lady. You know, it really inspires me.
So you think she's gonna win the 100, the double? I
She
think
may well do it.
I think
She
she's
may
gonna
well do
lose
it.
by a neck.
I
To who,
think
Shelley?
I don't know.
I think she will
You don't
pass.
know who?
Let me wait.
I've never believed.
The spirit is talking to me. The spirit is talking
Go
to
ahead.
me. And I'm telling you that she's going to catch Shelly Ann at about 180 meters and pass her. Shelly Ann second.
10-5.
I feel it.
And
Shelly
Shelley,
run 10-5 for beat Shelly.
Shelley-
No,
is
man,
not
we're
much-
talking the 200 meter, man.
No, man.
No, but 200
Shelly
mean-
don't have no chance. in
no
the 200.
chance. Shelley not a chance in the 200.
Shelly will have a chance to come second.
Shelly is going to come second.
Yes,
no.
that-
Shelly-
No, man, it's
Shelly
gonna be
might
like
come
this.
Second in the 200.
Who you
I'm
are?
talking about the
Who you
100,
are?
Peter. The 100 meter.
100.
All right, okay. Here's my prediction. World Championship. Shelly Ann Fraser shocks the world
Again.
And win what?
and win.
I
The 100 meter?
Yes,
Why
yes,
would it be
yes.
a shock?
It would be.
Why would it be a shock?
Not only be a shock. It's going to be somewhere between 10.59 and 10.63. It's going to be somewhere in between the winning time. I feel it. And remember, you know, I'm not talking to you as an ordinary man.
Shakari
you know.
have no chance. He gives
Well, I was just making a statement. I'm not speaking as an ordinary man. No. Today, I'm a man of the cloth. so I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
Shelly.
No, to back to Shakari. Shakari is running good. Best form I've ever seen her in. But I suspect in the big one, she's going to sit in the blocks.
And she
a little
gets
bit.
slower with each round.
You don't think
really
she's
carry that
starting
much?
out at the blocks a little bit?
You don't realize each round she gets slower.
That's a bit unfair. That's a bit unfair.
She always run fast times early. First round, 10
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Always.
What trying to say? She have a little soft in her.
Yes, I think she have a little bit of that fear factor in the thing. I see it.
When the big dog
You
them
want me
roll
to
up.
tell her what she is? she's a bit of a bully, you know.
Okay.
And as is Asafa. When Asafa went to Italy, Reti, Italy.
I'm sorry to bring up the name in the picture. I know you're going to live on it, but continue.
Asafa. When Asafa looked around him and saw no one, he was happy in Italy. And he ran the world record. You remember that race in Italy where he's running and he's him alone running?
Yeah.
That's what he likes.
Yeah. But when the big dog pull up against it,
Shakari is a bit like that.
Yes, what I saw in
like-
Shakari, you remember the race where she ran against and we went 1, 2, 3 and she came like 7th?
yeah.
I saw her, she just looked uncomfortable in the narrow little lane that she got.
Yeah. Her ain't no smaller than the rest.
It started to squeeze you, you know. When you hear Usain Bolt, Maurice Green, when you see those guys on the way, them shaking and
Shelley and Fraser Price,
it can be intimidating.
Sherika Jackson.
It can be intimidating.
Yeah.
You remember the guy from Trinidad who got the silver medal in Olympics?
Richard Thompson.
And he said,
9.85.
when I heard those giant footsteps, the man says all he could do to keep running. You're running and you hear Bolt like a rolling car. You think it's a normal something? It's not a normal something, man.
That is
Not a normal
Shakari won the US trials in 10.82, but she ran the, as I said, she ran the world leading time 10.71
Right.
earlier in the day. And
Right.
as I said, like news got to.
Our girl clap back at it.
and said,
It was a clap back.
Clap back,
Yes.
10.6.
And I saw it on Twitter too, you know, as I come in, I saw a tweet, you know, Shakari sends shockwaves into the Jamaican camp. So, you know, but by the time, and I mentioned it here when I saw in the stadium. And then 2-2s,
10.6.
our girl,
Shakari running good this season.
Shakari is running good. She's having a
Ivory Coast, girl from Ivory Coast.
Talo.
Talon running good.
Peter, we don't see Shelly yet.
Yeah.
She's not much. I tell you about them.
Not much ready. Much ready.
That sharpness what you need in terms of competing.
Yes.
Shelly and Elaine is the same thing right now.
But let me tell you something about
Shelly's a
tournaments.
different
Let me tell you
breed,
something
right?
about tournaments. When I go to a tournament, I expect to go deep. And I expect to be given a couple of easy matches to ease my way in until the finals, where I probably will meet somebody like a Kane, which is also easy. And continue to ease my way. But my point is that I feel that Shelly-Ann, given a couple of rounds,
she'll be very sharp.
she will be sharp.
Okay.
I'm secretly
And
hoping
plus,
she
big
doesn't
dog
try
a
the
big dog,
200.
you know. We
Yeah.
also touch big dog a big dog. When she goes on, she's been there
But
and done
tournament
that.
running is tournament running, you know. That's
Yeah.
different something, you know, than one-off running.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have faith in Shelly. Okay.
I have faith in Shelly.
All right, so we'll touch on the 200.
Yes.
You think, Kane, based on what you saw yesterday, you think she
Can break the record.
of going below? What's
21:34.
34?
Yeah. And her PB is 21:45. And she looks
She can break the record.
She
can
looks
break.
in
She can break
better
Flojo's
form
record.
than last year.
Yeah,
She
she-
looks
yeah.
prime.
She look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I admit she's peaking.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
She'll taper down a little bit.
hopefully she'll be at a peak. Come
And she
on.
running in the panty. What she running in the panty? She like she
Yeah.
accept. So, you know, the apparel
Makes a difference.
makes a difference. Yeah.
Okay,
She's a bit shy with
We
it.
know
you
it's
see.
set up your blood pressure, but you think it works for her?
Well, the time shows it. 10.65.
I hear you. I hear
The
you.
bodysuit, but
I think,
yeah,
I think that's going to be the premier race of the championship.
The 200 meters?
Yes, I think so.
The
And
200
that's
meters?
The threat of the
no,
world record.
but I think that it's a one-horse race, so I don't think.
I don't know.
No,
No. I don't say one horse race. I think that USA have two good runners in the 200. I really don't put Shakari in the 200. There's a
But
girl,
those runners probably at
Abby
best run-
Steiner. Abby Steiner.
like Abby Steiner.
I like Abby Steiner. I think
no.
Abby Steiner and Gabby Thomas.
Yeah,
I think those two runners for USA.
21.9,
Talented.
I hope they make the
21.9,
team.
21.8.
Yeah, but the
But
point
remember,
is,
so we're going 21.3 now.
but that's
where-
what it will take to make the world record. You have to have people that pressure you, especially. Yeah. That is correct.
Well,
Big race produce
hopefully,
big results.
hopefully they can run the 21.8, 21.9 and push Sherika to a 21.2.
So you think the record
21.
Yeah,
will fall?
21.29.
Wow.
The record will fall.
21.29.
Yeah, I think so.
21.29.
Yeah, I think so.
But guys, I have a question for you. What have the 200-meter men in Jamaica? But
Hudson, we have to wait and see what Hudson does.
is Hudson the American guy? Is he
He's
calling again?
Jamaican. He's Jamaican.
No, we're not producing 200-meter runners. Would you say that's a failure of the coaches? I hear a man talking about Frano.
but
Why
even
Frano can't give us a 200-meter?
Let us see.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the finals will be tomorrow. I think they ran earlier today.
Yeah.
I didn't see the results for the prelims. They ran earlier this morning. But
Yeah.
let us see. Because as the name, Rowan Watson, Rainford. Who would have guessed? Who would have thunk it? 1, 2. So let us see if 200 meters,
200 meter?
somebody comes
Okay,
to the
yes,
frame.
yes. I what's the name of is it Ford? Ford is the guy. I'd like to see his 200. I don't know much about him, but he's so strong and physically imposing that I think I'd like to see him run the 2.
Yeah. But before we go touch on the 200, I have to big up. It's not all about Sherika, you know. But what about the other females in the race that hopefully we can say, all right, Jamaica make the finals or even upset or
All right. Who are our qualifiers in
Well, Shelley, because of automatic spot, defending world champion 100 meter, Sherika Jackson, Shasha Lee Forbes, and Natasha Morrison running 996 and 998 respectively. I mean, going sub 11, finished fourth.
So she's out. She's really a team.
Really a team. Elaine finished fifth. I don't know if
I was hoping she would make the team, you know, because
Elaine probably go on the relay pool.
I was hoping Brianna
Williams.
Yeah.
Yes, I was hoping she would make the team because
she made the team.
For the start.
Yes,
she made the team.
Well, no, I'm understanding. Yes,
she's on the team. She can run. I mean, she can even run the finals because I mean it's.
So where does Shelley-Ann run in the team? Ankle leg.
Sometimes sure an ankle, sometimes
sure in third leg. Yeah. So
it
just depends on the mix and the form. Who's not
I'll
better?
put Sherika on the back stretch. I'll put Brianna just down.
I want Sherika. I want
with ankle.
Sherika on the ankle leg.
Depends on how Shelly looks still.
Depends on how Shelly
Yeah,
looks.
because Sherika can run the back stretch.
Elaine
But remember the curve. Who go on the curve?
Whoa, you gotta give it to what's her name?
Shasha Forbes.
Yeah, you gotta give it to her.
Well, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. And then again, remember, say you can carry up to 8 runners. You can run a different
We're
4.
talking finals though. It's finals.
No, but I'm saying you have 8 athletes you can choose from. And Elaine can be in that pool. I don't know.
Elaine gonna go.
I don't think it makes sense to go. I don't think she would go.
I mean, why not? You don't want a gold medal?
No, I think what Elaine needs to do.
She's a star, Kane.
So who won Jamaica team on the star?
As reserve for the run the heats.
No, but she can run the final as well.
No. She will not be used in this manner. She cannot be used in that manner.
Exactly.
Cannot be used in that manner.
She needs. Listen, Elaine is one of our star. She can't have her as a reserve or run heats.
I didn't say heats, but she probably can push it in the
look at
finals.
her power. She have no power.
She go run the 200. I think she go run the 200.
So hold on. Stick up in. Are you saying there's no coming back for Elaine? No coming back?
I think it's
the writing on the wall.
I think the writing.
Okay, so you said the writing on. You said the writing is on the wall for Elaine?
She might be injured. She might be struggling with some injury.
This is it.
You serious?
I think so.
She's 30.
Peter,
how old is she?
I think she's 30.
She have a history of Achilles, right? She have an injury problem.
She's not complaining about the injury at the moment.
No,
and remember what I said to you now. I am saying that if she finds her way back
to final.
She got distracted and taken out of running. She's a superstar. She wants all this money. You remember what the argument was about? Was money.
Yeah.
And what is money? The root of all this, right?
Man of the cloud speaking, boy.
So what I'm saying to you is that I believe that if she finds her way back, commit herself, humble herself. Remember, you know, I said it.
Become humble like
she's 31.
Humble yourself, find your way back to the coach, and make the coach carry you to thing there, because it will prove something, you know.
Yeah.
It's very important that we all learn this lesson.
Yeah. Yes.
Very important.
True, my brother.
Emma didn't learn our lesson, no.
Same problem.
Yeah.
Emma Raducanu win US Open and fire coach left, right, and center. Right? And she's not going to find her way back.
I don't think a coach can help her. That was a fluke. So she got her one title, she hug it up, she's making money out of it. I don't even think Jesus Christ can help her.
We have to be careful how we write off people, right? I think Emma Raducanu deserves to be a star. Elaine deserves to be a star.
No, Elaine is a star.
So they must find a way back.
No, Elaine is a legend, man. Don't get me wrong.
Elaine is a legend.
Yes.
She is double Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, man.
And could yet be triple. And could yet be triple.
True.
1 and 2.
So, yes.
Legend.
And she could
running
yet
the second
be triple.
fastest time at the time was the second fastest time over both distances.
Yes.
Which in some people's eyes, are both world records.
Dale talk about Raducanu.
Yeah.
And Ilian
you
herself.
can't compare Raducanu
It's
with
obvious
Ilian.
to me. Yeah, man, very similar.
No, man.
I think it's very similar. Very similar.
You can't
Very
compare
similar.
Emma.
They are
Emma's a
guilty
fluke,
of the
man.
crime of hubris. They find themselves up too high. You see what I'm saying?
I want to repeat that again for me now.
Hubris. It's conceit. I think that they were guilty of that, right? And so if they humble themselves, you know, in the Bible, I don't want to go into the Bible too much, but it says, go and wash yourself and show up to the priest, and the priest will take care of you. And I feel that if Elaine, because Elaine have a lot of tattoos and cartel creaming and all this kind of thing. I think that if she decides to dedicate herself, she have the raw material.
Yeah.
She does
To bounce back.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wouldn't throw her away.
I'm not throwing away, I'm just saying.
Guys, you just throw away the
No, I'm saying I don't want
based
my
on how
legend to
things
go.
based on how things going, that's the trajectory. She heading on that spiral.
Yeah.
That's what it's showing me.
Yeah.
I don't want it for her. I want her to bounce back because to me, top Ilian is the fastest thing probably ever.
Closest thing to Flojo so far.
No, she is the fastest thing ever in terms
Yeah.
of top speed.
Yeah.
Her top end
10.54.
speed is our top end speed in that race was the fastest.
And so
ever
she got
recorded.
taken out of her game for a year and a half. Right? Year and a half, close to 2 years. I think she can come back.
It's all up here doing it.
Yeah, me know. I think she can come back.
Yeah, well, we have sports
you mean she has
psychologists.
to go
One of
back?
the best sports
Yes.
She need to go
psychologists,
back. She need to go
you
back.
know, in the Jamaica.
Listen,
team.
man, sometimes you go off the wrong direction. You find the Bible tells us, you know, I said that already, in the prodigal story, that you come back and find back your core and then move from there.
All right, let us see. But
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes.
But I don't want my legend going as an reserve for go run a relay.
No. I think that's below our
Why
stature.
not?
Stay home, get yourself healthy, and
Yeah,
come back.
I think that's
and come
below our
back again.
stature.
No, man, she can't do that. man.
Call it a year.
Yeah, man, call it a year and get yourself in.
She's lost a year, and,
Yeah.
and so be it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only going to get tougher from here because these young girls coming up going
What do you
to.
think about Brianna? We said that, Kane. What do you think about Brianna? Willie?
She made
You
the
think
she made
she's
the relay
not-
pool.
you think she's
That
not-
again
No,
is
man.
another good story because I think Otto took her out of the orbit that she should be in. We have proven that the homegrown sprinters do better than the far out ones. And I think that it's good that she came back. She put it all on YouTube, you know, all this local training she's doing. So I was hoping she would make the team because it would be a good message.
She make it well.
No, man, make
Relay
team
pool.
and that with me. You know.
So we finished fourth.
Yeah, fourth is just slightly short of what I would have wanted.
Yeah.
And she run 11:01, so she's around her
Thereabouts.
thereabouts.
About her
But
peak.
I mean,
But-
give
but
her time. I think give her
she-
time.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be a good relay runner.
Yeah.
I
it's gonna be a
How
relay.
important is relays, though? Relays important.
No, well, when the goal relay, man.
You make money off relays?
It's an
Yeah,
exciting
man.
event, Peter.
Yeah, man,
It's an
exciting.
exciting event. And
Yeah.
we all look forward to the relay.
So you expect
We
Brianna to be
versus-
running 10.6s, 10.7s?
Unfortunately, that's the standard.
Oh, well.
We need ladies doing
But even so,
10.7, 10.8.
Remember, Sharika Jackson was a girls' champ star, you know?
Yeah.
And she came to the fray about actualizing her potential. About, say, 3 years now, 3 years now.
Yeah.
She started step up and she's 27, 28. So give Brianna time to get into that phase.
She's small, though, you know. She physically small, yeah.
When you look at Sharika back then,
Well, she was around 400 meters though.
yeah, her body. This girl bulky from she's 16. Kid.
Yeah.
I've never seen a bulky athlete from that.
Who,
young
Brianna?
age. Yes.
So this is she bulky from.
She was always
Always,
that kind of rip. I don't think she have much more to go in terms of reducing her time.
I think she can
I
beat
don't
a
think
10-8
so.
runner.
When you look at Sharika back,
I don't think so either.
Sharika was more raw.
Yeah.
Was more raw. So you can see where she got. But this girl was just all ripped from early.
I think she can be a 10-8 runner.
Who?
Brianna can be
I
a
think
10-8.
she's gonna be a good relay runner.
Of course.
She's gonna be like always on the relay team.
Oh, dear.
That's where I see her.
Thereabouts.
No,
Thereabouts.
When you look at the younger girls and Alana Reid and all, you can see where these girls. You can just look at the body type and
Brianna
just look at how they
Liston.
move.
Brianna
You can know that them
Liston.
have way
How
more-
did
them have a higher
the
ceiling.
twin do? What's her name? Tina. Is it TR Tina?
I think she made the final. She made the
No,
final.
didn't.
Yeah, but one of them
sense.
was in the finals.
No,
Didn't
I-
one of them make the
I
finals?
don't think so.
No.
I have to double check
Hold on.
that.
Yeah, man. Lane won, I suspect.
I have to double check that. I
Peter,
don't.
so you go. I was telling Kane about Nkrumah. What's his name?
Nkrumah.
Nkrumah. It's where you go against the Giants.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
different thing.
Listen,
Your time gets
maturity,
slower.
maturity as a schoolboy is not the same thing as being pro. There's a huge gap.
Yeah,
There's a
even
huge
though-
gap.
Even though
Yeah.
her PB is faster than the times.
Yeah.
That made the team.
Hard to produce it with the big dogs around you.
It's harder because there's
Yeah.
in the psychology. And
No, you're running around people and their footsteps going faster than yours and left, right,
But you
triple
have
tall,
to
man.
give it time. You have to give it time.
Yeah.
No, but I believe in the systems.
So you're saying Nkrumah will suffer from the same Brianna syndrome? You think he's too small?
I don't think he's too small. I think him just running too fast for too long. That's my take.
But why would you say
early.
Bolt? Why would you say Bolt say that he's the next man? I think I heard him say he's the next man.
Peter.
You never hear him say so? Okay, fine.
I think he's going to be a bit of a relay runner as well. He's going to make one or two team, but I don't see. And
Bourgeoisie,
and
bourgeois.
the madness that they put the madness that them put him through. After winning champs and going after some.
I thought that was madness.
Character.
Character.
Because remember that hampered.
I thought that was
his training.
madness. I
That
thought that
hampered
was
his training.
madness.
He
Yes.
probably would have done better at the trials.
Yes.
So that madness and overrunning them from, I don't agree with it. But Brianna, for me, I thought she was running too fast when she was too young. I think
In other words, that was our peak.
there's something about that. When them start run too fast, too early,
Yeah.
there's
The
something.
Clayton them run fast early.
Yeah, they might suffer.
Them in the right camp though.
Them in the right camp. They might just stay around.
That is the camp to be in.
Alana Reid running fast early.
Or Alana,
I think that girl have a future.
Selena
Alana Reid.
Yes, I think so.
Serena
I think
Cole.
I think she have a
Serena
future.
Cole running fast early. All of them run fast early.
Those times that Brianna was running, these girls was
Yes, all of them are run 10-9.
10-9 from
Yeah,
16,
Serena Cole
17.
run 10-9.
At 16.
Alana Reid at 17 and just run 10-9 too.
Wow.
We just witnessed it at champs.
Guys, with the time limited now,
Yeah.
Reggae Boys have a quarterfinal match
All right.
coming up. What did you?
Guatemala.
We're playing Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Guatemala is ranked 110th in the world. I didn't even know them have so much team. But Guatemala is ranked 110th. Jamaica is ranked about 55, 56.
We're the best team.
What do you think?
We're the best team in the Gold Cup. We're gonna beat Guatemala.
You think?
And
we
then beat
Guatemala?
Mexico.
Um,
He said we're the best team.
we're
So
the best team on paper.
How the side look to you?
I think they're coming to their own. I like this team.
they look better.
They look
I wouldn't
better.
say it's
It's weird.
the end result where you want it to be. The end result
I know you
are,
don't
but
believe in the coach.
you have to see. You have to.
So,
There are strides being made. You have to say that. You have to agree with that. Our good friend Grimmy. What we calling him? Grimmy or Grammy?
Grim,
The Grim
Reaper, the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper. We name him the Grim Reaper. I mean, hey, honestly, still, these matches, I don't see it as results yet.
Really?
Because to me, we should have beat USA.
Yes.
Two Trinidad team don't look impressive to me. To say, all right, we win a match.
Yeah.
Same kits, the same.
Right.
So the real test,
You don't think the test has come in?
as we come, but yet still, one thing you have to beat the people them put in front of you.
True.
We should have beat USA. We didn't. We got a draw, which to me was a disappointing draw. We should have won that match.
I agree. We actually
So
gave
yet
it away. Bushed a penalty and a clear rebound.
The Grim Reaper is still on the hot seat. Yes, there's a good mix, good core in the team. We're making inroads, progression. I am the one that is least, criticizing him than you two guys. So, but therefore, looking forward, we have to beat Guatemala.
What is it?
I will have to go to the semifinals, and that Mexico match will be the Grim Reapers first.
You know.
Lose to Guatemala,
I know it's knockout. We're done.
Yeah.
But
No. It's problems to the coach. If
Yes.
we lose that team that ranked one.
let me ask you guys something. Don't you think that Leon is holding the ball too much
Yeah,
for too long?
yeah.
So when he play for Jamaica, that's why Mars played.
Yeah, but
From ever since.
can he release the ball at some point?
Is he a playmaker really? I see
They try to use him as a kind of playmaker, so that's why I'm asking.
He makes some good passes against St. Kitts though, but That's
He made some bad passes as well. He made some bad passes.
Under pressure, when the competition, when
Yeah.
the level is on par.
Against the
they
Sugar
tend to go
Boys.
back to their tendency.
I think he's not playing to a formation of any sort because
he's
to have
more
him cut into
freelance
the
and-
middle as a winger, he did it several times, which I found it quite annoying because poor Antonio. still
Liam Bailey
wrong.
more of a messy role in the team, you know. Where him just do what
That's
want
what he
to do.
wants to be.
He just do what he want to do. Freelance. Because Messi don't really have a set position, you know. Sometimes you see Messi at the head of the line.
Have you seen Messi play any of the Miami matches yet?
No.
I saw him play one match and he's passing the ball beautifully.
I mean
And
that's
Messi creates time for other people.
that's the GOAT. That's the greatest thing about touch of football.
It's something else.
But back to Liam Bailey. Liam Bailey is more playing that freelance role, but we expect him to be a winger. But he's in that slot position where he just do what he want and supposed to create, score, do all of that. But to me, I don't know if he's not comfortable with that role or he has to come into that role. But
The team look organized to you?
yeah.
You're shocking, you're stunning.
Yeah, man.
The team looks organized.
Yeah, man. Defense. But even so, the team, what we're playing, backline,
Yeah.
2 central defenders with Lambert and Latibo there. And
I like the new defenders. I like the
rule.
defenders. I like the
Yeah,
defenders, except that I'm very worried about
Damien Lowe?
Damien Lowe and his propensity to create unnecessary
Tenacious,
fouls.
yeah. He's
I'm worried
tenacious.
about it. And I know
But
they're
most-
looking for him.
But most centre back parents
the
have that, you
official.
know. Most great centre back parents have a man that is so-called.
Great defenders don't
brute
commit
force
unnecessary
one,
fouls.
and
Great
you have one that is calm.
Great defenders don't commit unnecessary fouls. And I feel that Damien Lowe commits too many unnecessary fouls.
Yeah, I agree. He somewhat needs to know when to.
But no, my question is, you don't think that Demare kind of doing a little bit too much?
As I said, that's what the team organized to play. The ones up front just do what they want to do.
They've given free rein. To me, I feel like
Gray,
the coach,
Liam Bailey,
the coach tell Gray and Bailey,
do what you want.
hold this ball and chop this ball. And
do
that's what it
you
look
want
like
to
to me.
Yeah.
They said there's no real system up front.
No.
But that's the system. That's the system. They come in and out.
What is Antonio doing up in the
No, but
Jamaica
Antonio dropping deeper to me.
Playmaker.
But him dropping deeper to me.
Yes.
He's not a pinpoint man.
What he is a handful. He's a handful
Yeah.
for the defense.
come
His
deep
physical
in
presence
slots.
put the man under pressure and so on. But I don't see him in a scoring role.
Yeah. So what is Bobby Reed's role on the field?
I don't think Bobby Reed should have a role on the field.
And we know that, but he's on the field. Bobby Reed is on the field. What position is Bobby really
I
playing?
could never figure it out. I honestly could never figure it out. The man is wearing the number 10 shirt for Jamaica. You know? In other words, a coach give me the number 10 shirt. And then I hear people saying him don't have any real scoring responsibilities.
No, he doesn't really have goal scoring. Well, with the likes of Mikel Antonio and Demar Gray and Liam Bailey, they all playing between the slots. You know, they all playing in between the slots.
Whisper should get the 10.
Whisper should be playing in that number 10 shirt. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Whisper should have the 10 on them.
Yes, that's the truth.
Coming off the bench.
That's the truth.
Whisper.
Well, a couple years from now, the problem going to solve, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe next World Cup campaign, the problem going to solve where Whisper starting.
I think
To me, I expect Whisper to get more time in
he
the
should be
St. Kitts
getting
match.
time. Hallgrimson, yeah. You
come on in the 82nd minute.
Let's face it, St. Kitts is a bug team, right? So them should give Whisper a chance to run at these guys and see what happens. Yeah, score some
No,
goals.
see what he made
You
of.
can imagine a 17-year-old
Make
score
him
a
wet
hat
him
trick
foot.
in St. Kitts.
Yeah.
Make him wet him foot.
17
Yeah,
years. That'd be great.
gold tally. And
That'd be a great
No,
thing.
but even so, no matter what, give him time out there, time with the players. Give him more time, no
Yeah.
matter what him do.
Yeah.
Because even so, he play matches where he will have a bad game.
Yeah.
We're going to expect that. But yet still, when the time come, you want him to produce. So
Yeah.
get him in matches like these, get him playing time, get him acquainted with him teammates, get him to play at that level where he can play 45 minutes at least, 50 minutes, 60 minutes.
So do we start Bobby Reed against
Of course.
Guatemala?
Bobby Reed, sure. For start.
Whoa.
Bobby Reed, sure. For start.
You'd start Bobby Reed against Guatemala?
Bobby Reed, one of the sure starters.
I have faith in Whisper.
I think so too.
I have too much faith in this young man.
No, but I'm just saying Bobby Reed will start. Liam Bailey will start. Mikel Antonio will start. Damien Lowe will start.
The name, you know,
And
so them, the
He's a near baller thing.
The coach.
That's what I think. I think he's picking his team based on resume.
Hey.
I'm not seeing it based on football at all.
The first name on that sheet, that must go on that sheet, is Andre Blake.
Yes, of course.
The second name that must go on that sheet is Damian Lowe. No matter what people want to say.
Damian Lowe.
He's like the second captain out there.
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay.
Yes.
apart from what he can do on the field, he's
Yes.
more of
I
a
agree.
leader.
I agree.
Yeah, the third name that must be on that field is probably Liam Bailey.
Mikel.
You can't stay there. Liam, you think coach...
They're both on the team.
You think...
You get 11 picks, so they're both on the team.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then Mikel Antonio and then Bobby Reed. Can't tell you that. And then
I like the two young defenders.
Wing
The
back. Limbiska
yeah, and the other
and
one.
Amari Bell.
Yes, I like them,
yeah.
but I saw them make a few mistakes, which I will allow.
Yeah.
I won't say anything about it yet.
But going forward, the young...
Mexico, what we'll say.
Yes.
I know the Mexicans, how they play already.
But we have to beat Guatemala first. And prediction for tomorrow, Guatemala match.
I'll give them 3-0, man.
3-0.
3-0 against Guatemala.
Wow.
3-0, man.
3-0.
Faith in this, 3-0.
2-1.
I said 2-1.
2-1.
Jamaica 2-1.
We go up 2-0, we consider late goal. We start boot out the ball.
We always consider late goal. So I think Jamaica will score 2-1.
We go up 2-0. 1-0 halftime.
Confidence in the camp high. I think it's 3-0.
Well, hey.
Probably more.
I am the shop though.
Let
but
me
I
ask you a
will
question. Has Jamaica ever kept a clean sheet in the last 5, 6, 7 matches?
against Sugar Boys.
You're right. That was the
Same
only
kids.
clean sheet we have ever had.
Sugar Boys.
Yeah.
The Sugar Boys.
Yeah.
But even so, Mexico, Costa Rica come up later at 8:30.
Wrap up
And
time,
before
guys.
that, Qatar versus Panama at 6 o'clock. So if you want to watch some Gold Cup matches, Qatar, Panama, 6 o'clock.
Can I say something?
Mexico,
Can
Costa
I say
Rica,
something?
8:30.
UFC 290 tonight. I did not give my prediction. Volkanovski is defending against Yair. Yair is the most spectacular fighter you
Where you
will
going
ever
with
see.
Volk? Where you going with
Flying kicks, spinning kicks,
Where you going with
every
Volk?
kick on it. But I'm
you're
going with the
Volk.
Volkanovski.
As a jiu-jitsu specialist, you're going with Volk.
I think Volkanovski will not give him enough room. I think Volkanovski will win in stoppage time. Three rounds max.
And remember, tomorrow, Jamaica versus Guatemala, 4 o'clock. And after that, USA versus Canada, 6 o'clock. So 2 Gold Cup matches today, 2 tomorrow. And again, the national trials going on now at the stadium. Feel free to go down there and watch some exciting track and field. I want to big up our 2 viewees today. Stephen Bama Jones, the president of the boxing
And Blaise Bicknell from tennis.
board. And Blaise Bicknell just got the bronze medal at the CAC Games representing Jamaica and have 2 tournaments coming up in Canada and Davis Cup coming up. in
Jamaica
September.
tennis is doing
Jamaica
well.
tennis on the rise. So I want to thank them to taking the time out and coming on the show. Again, big up from the Primal Sports Decks, track and field. Next week we'll have a rundown of the Gold Cup, the national trials, UFC. And I remember August 12th, Arnett Gardens, next boxing event.
Arnett Gardens.
Arnett Gardens. August 12th. Yeah, I forget in a city.
See if we can give it a check out.
Want to big up our listeners
Yeah, our faithful listeners out there.
Without you, the show wouldn't be possible. Facebook, YouTube. I mean,
Hit FM 96.
5th FM, the Primal app. I mean,
And Treads, we're coming soon.
yeah, Trends is a new thing. Yeah,
Yes.
so one love from the Primal Sports Decks. Up next is DJ Gaddafi. So again, peace out and thanks for the viewership. One love.
Peace.